Good morning. I'm Sara Lichfield, and I'm here at the long-awaited Otium Bungalow from Momo Homes. I've purchased a home in Fish Haven, Idaho, but I'm here in Birmingham to see the first build. I just came through it for the first time yesterday, and I'm very excited to show you some of the details. First off, on the exterior, Momo has an entire steel frame structure that goes in so quickly in just a few days with the Surefoot system. It's a real deal maker for me. I do building in San Diego and in Idaho, and the speed of it, the lack of construction mess and waste from the digging, from the concrete traditional foundations, the cleanness, the quiet, it makes good neighbors, keeps people happy, and gets the job going very quickly in cold weather climates. Like I'm at 6,000 feet in Fish Haven. And so the building envelope is very narrow. We have about 4 months of a building period and another 8 months of winter. Momo really met my needs. I was looking for panelized construction because I had high power lines. I couldn't deliver an already built home. Plus, that was so limiting for square footage. And Momo can go, their models go over 3,000 square feet, but they're panelized. And so all of the skilled trades that want to charge you an arm and a leg and put their children through college on your trust fund from your deposit are already plugged into the cassettes, they call the wall panels. They're like a sandwich with all of the state-of-the-art insulation. They have plumbing, electrical, and it all just connects quickly to one another. And then you have your electrician, your plumber, able to come and just connect to the main. The other nice thing about Momo is that the drywall you hire yourself as a trade locally, so you get all of the inspections. If the local building inspector isn't as familiar with modular, or he confuses it for mobile, or less advanced types of construction that aren't fully meeting all building standards, which Momo does, International Building Code, they get to inspect everything in the walls, plumbing, electrical. There's no barrier to that. And then you get a finish that doesn't have this weird seams and the shiny walls of a lot of the box builders, doesn't have the weird like beams that come down and divide everything in half that are really reminiscent of double wide trailers. There's none of that here. It's just beautiful, really custom feel, custom look, but it's quick to build. And if you're a woman or someone who isn't as comfortable with dealing with contractors and their bids and their increased bids and their additional problems, what you get with this is everything ready and professionally done in a factory, so that your on-site work is very limited. But my favorite thing about Momo is just the beautiful design work. The architect Erica Moon has done such a variety of designs that a hold off for people with modular homes often is that they want more customization and there aren't many models offered. But this is the bungalow, and it really has a craftsman look. And this brand new Momo that was just built blends beautifully with the neighborhood. I've worked in historic departments in Salt Lake City, and this is so important for keeping good neighbors, feeling that you belong, and really having more of a sense of a history in the place you're in. And I'd like to show you some of my favorite features. First of all, geeking out on this patio and the porch covering, the strong fascia is a beautiful feature to me. And then the wood columns that come down that are clad are actually a big solid wood post, structural wood post. The fascia and the gutter system is really bold and strong. The standing seam metal that comes down has a post-industrial contemporary look, but it also goes great with a historical kind of style and neighborhood like this. One thing that on paper you never know how it'll be is the depth of the patios and the porches, and this didn't disappoint. This front entry is so generous, and even with the bump out, it creates kind of a nice little greeting area for the home. I wasn't sure how I'd like the bump out, and I loved it. On the inside, it creates a nice little place for a boot bench or for your Jack Russell Terrier to hang out, and you get your kids' shoes out of the way. And it's actually wide enough to really be inviting out onto the patio. It divides these front two kind of conversation areas. And I was really surprised how there was room for the whole dining area, exterior as well as the interior, that you can open up the wall and have the nice flow. My first time seeing the home was last night with an open house and with this glass wall open. It was just a beautiful flow indoor and outdoor. But I just wanted to emphasize that the depth of these patios is so nice, and it extends around the house. They're not uh, pinched or narrow on the sides of the house. Both sides off of the master bedroom has this lovely seating area and a nice, wide, generous path. And then on the other side, looping around the other side of the house, there's also a generous deck. It's not cramped in any way. Another thing I really loved was the dark color. You can choose so many selections with Momo on your cladding and exteriors, but the dark color of the ceiling, in contrast to this really nice fiber cement board cladding, it's the industry standard in lasting forever. You can see the fine grain in this fiber cement board cladding. It has really a very nice look of wood, but because it's the fiber cement, it's the industry standard for uh, just wearability, long lasting, and really tight insulation. Um, the the uh, the contrast of the colors is part of what you can choose with Momo. The decks and the fascia on the ceiling, you can choose monochromatic or you can do the high contrast. And I just love the way even the spots have the recessed lighting has the black rim to match the cladding color on this fascia underneath. I found with Momo that whenever I'm wondering about a detail, if the if the industrial detail will be done in a beautiful, seamless way, it has been. They've exceeded my expectations with even with all of the selections they offer the customers. They seem to have just really dialed in on all the details to match and make it look like a seamless, beautiful transition, as if they only made the selection that you had made yourself. Here we are on the side of the home. A sleeper feature that I didn't fully appreciate on paper is this beautiful commercial grade European uh, heavy aluminum door. It's a beautiful powder coat finish. It feels like a buttery bronze hardware. The hardware is rounded on the inside, so even though it's a sharp and clean look, it just feels great to hold. And the side light is just such a neat feature from the inside, both full lights and extra tall. On the interior of the bedroom, you look out and it's just beautiful. It opens up the space because it's so tall. And the height of this door, which is one of the details Erica Moon, the architect, was so specific about, all these extra tall custom doors match the height of the tall windows. When you're looking in out the window inside these Momo homes, you're looking up. The light comes through. It's almost like a clerestory window that you get that beautiful light from up high, and you have the opportunity to run your drapes, all the way up to the 9-foot ceilings, which are standard throughout, except when there is a vault, which is even better. I just wanted to really share my appreciation of this feature. It exceeded my expectations, as did all of the windows throughout the Momo home. Here we are inside. Isn't it beautiful? The vaulted ceilings did not show up on the advertising, and it is fantastic. One thing I always am concerned about is overhead lighting. I'm used to the recessed lighting with those hot halogen spots. This is nothing like that. These soft frosted, it's like an etched glass finish. When you walk in, it just feels like you're outside. It's beautifully illuminated. I'm very sensitive to fluorescent lighting, overhead lighting, and this is so beautiful. They're all on dimmers, and they have a warm or a cool that you can choose to customize your feel. So this is the beautiful living room. Has two tall, extra tall sliding walls of glass. It has this lovely, beautiful nook where a bench with boots under it, a nice little spot to sit, or special sculptures or a display. It's just so open feeling. The width of the windows and the height of them being mounted just gives you an elevated feeling, and also casts your eye upward to the vaulted ceiling. Um, this room is just the heart of the home. The dining opens up to the side patio over here that, as I said, is a generous depth, and to the front patio where there's plenty of room for a dining table, and the interior dining table. But especially this lovely bar, it's so well integrated. The extra deep stainless steel sink allows dishes to just be completely out of view. And these pendants are just, to me, the perfect division between the kitchen and the living and family area where the cook doesn't have to be secluded. I just really love the blend and the flow through this area, but especially the feature that I really wasn't sure about became my favorite feature is this beautiful customized looking nook. Let's go into the master bedroom. The master suites are what Momo does best. Here we are, and one of my favorite features, which I thought would be a downside, is that the slimline mini split. Um, it's so state of the art, and it's so well integrated. It's at 9 feet tall. It doesn't hang down into the room, and it allows you to custom control your environment in the master bedroom and in the other bedroom without a bulky item mounted on the wall. The state of the art for Momo is always in the walls. There's a span electrical system that allows you to control your whole home from your cell phone, and anywhere you are. So in the walls, we have all the technology as well as the beauty. This room is just one of my favorites here because you can see from the inside what a beautiful feature this floor to ceiling full light patio door with side light is, and how nicely it's organized with the main bed. You can look out and just have a feeling of space wherever you are. The closet is just really a dream come true. The drawers are so smooth and run so beautifully, and the wood finishes are really lovely. These veneers with plenty of hanging space, lots of great natural light, and that feeling of height where you don't feel boxed in. The master suite goes into this beautiful master bath. The shower is curbless, and eventually it doesn't have the glass door yet, but it'll have a beautiful glass door, frameless glass door. A special feature I just love that Erica put in as many of the models as possible is this great high window. You can let out the steam, let in the breezes in the summer, and it brings in all that beautiful natural light. It's totally high, so there's total privacy. Momo has the place for you to put your shampoos and things, and you have this high shelf, and this will have a beautiful frameless glass door. This leads into the shuttered windows are on the Birmingham model and on this bungalow. And a really neat feature that was a surprise to me is that the aluminum windows, you can't even see it, but this is the lever that opens the window. It's completely streamlined. It isn't chunky, and it works beautifully because you can grab the window wherever you want. The standard in these windows is to have a chunky operator in the center with sharp edges that you grab, that you get cut on and looks ugly. And this is just done beautifully, which is what I found to be the the habit of Omomo. They take something that you think will be good already and you're ready to compromise on. That the aluminum is so well insulated, it's a commercial grade. I'm willing to compromise on the chunky handle, and then it doesn't have a chunky handle. It has the most beautiful, easy to use 2-finger handle. With form, meeting function. All of these tiny details seem, to me to be the standard for Momo. Another one of which I'll point out, geeking out a little bit, is on these really beautifully solid feeling, just flat panel doors. I've never seen a flat panel door of this quality before. You can see the wood grain coming through the matte finish here, but look at the hinges. They have the extra tall, beautiful black finished hinges, and two on the top to bear the main load, and then one in the middle and one on the bottom. This is the very top of the line to have all the weight borne on these upper two hinges, nothing skimped, just the top of the line, and beautiful hardware. And it's going to prevent any sagging or creaking that will scare your children in the middle of the night. In the long term, it's really beautifully built to last. Here in the bathroom, we've got the nice modern clean line mirror and the lovely light fixtures. The Erica Moon shows herself just in the tradition of great architects like Frank Lloyd Wright, who chose everything down to the handles, the light fixtures, and the stainless steel for the kitchen. Erica's chosen the beautiful light fixtures, kept everything streamlined. The wood finishes are so lovely. I especially like this light natural oak. The wall faucets usually cost 2 or 3 times more to have a plumber install, but Momo has these as a standard option. The wall-mounted fixtures prevent you from having to wipe up the gooey mess around the faucet that comes out of the countertop with the little narrow area and is always gooey. And especially with these vessel sinks, it just keeps it clean and beautiful coming out of the wall. Also, I mean, the toilets are the most modern, lovely design. Nice to have that toilet room separate. I appreciate that privacy, and it has a fan system here, and nice and light and bright. But again, I just want to show this handle on the doors. Look how narrow and clean and narrow it is. It doesn't feel like a blade. I wanted this look, and I didn't care if it cut my hand. I thought it might because it's so clean, but it's not. It's a curve. It feels fantastic. And as I was thinking it feels like my friend's house who was a welder and married a welder, and they were able to do all their custom fixtures. But listen, does that sound good? That's the sound of quality.